Times were tough, so I sold my soul. And I don't think I'll ever regain control. Devil looked me in the eye, now I look the other way. What else could I do? I just stood at the doorway and knew I'd rather be drunk with you. I'd rather be drunk.
Hey Internet, Dracofunk here, and welcome back to the 100 subscriber special episode 38. And we are here, it is Thanksgiving, and this video may come out today on Thanksgiving Day, it may not. If it doesn't, it'll come out tomorrow, which is today for you. Yeah, confusing a little bit, but that's okay. We are on our way back to the South Pole, and we have this one last mountain range to get to. And as you can see now, we have a little box over our target, which means we are getting very close to it. Right now, I just have to be careful that I can make it by these mountain range. So if we go down, we just have to be careful that we're not on too steep a hill or leaning too much to the side. As you can see right now, we're kind of leaning to the left or right. Yeah, I know my left and right. We're leaning to the right, which this vehicle is very stable front and backwards, but not as much so side to side, which, you know, it's a little bit of a problem, but yeah. And once again, the sun is setting, but that's okay. Right now, we're going to continue even in the dark. So, not a lot's really happened between the last video and this video. So far, so good. And we are just continuing on our way. For me, it is Thanksgiving Day. I have just finished making 2 pies, and here in just a little bit, I'm going to make some creamed corn. It's my special creamed corn recipe that I stole from somebody else, but I'm going to do it. So, you know, there's that, and it's all good. And yeah, I'm about to head out for Thanksgiving dinner, which probably means I won't get this done and uploaded, but I might. I will possibly try and do this in the background while I'm doing all the other stuff I'm doing today and spending time with family and cooking and eating and all that exciting Thanksgiving stuff. Not to be confused with Thanksgiving stuffing. But yeah. And as for the driving, it's just, you know, continuously driving south. It's starting to get a little dark, but we're going to continue on because I want to get this drive over with. And in order to do that, I have to get past this mountain range. And the next step past this mountain range is getting onto the ice sheet. And once we are on the ice sheet, I'm going to make a run for it and just go as quickly as I can towards the South Pole base. Which It's been a very long time now. This has been, I think I started this in February, and it is November. I really didn't think it would take this long, but it did. And that's okay. We've had some extra breaks because of reasons, and it just happens. So usually during this time I share some updates with about Starship, which I don't really have any updates since yesterday. But if you watched the launch, you know that it made it through stage separation before the booster exploded, and then just before the Starship completed its burn, the engine shut down a little early and the ship self-destructed. The orbital launch mount seems to be in good condition. They have been working on it the past week. Hopefully nothing too bad, or at least nothing that they seem to have let us know. And they are continuing to work on more boosters and more starships. And hopefully in the next coming weeks we will see something being prepped to be launched for the third launch test. Of course, they have to do another incident report since the flight did not go as planned, but hopefully it will not be nearly as extensive as the last. And off in the distance, you can see more of that mountain range off to the left. And it seems that we are getting ever so much closer. I'm pushing the speed a little bit more than last time, and it's having an effect on our battery life, and I'm probably going to run out of battery before we get to the end. I wonder how close to the ice sheet this will get us. Actually, I already know because I recorded this. I do the drive ahead of time, and this footage has been sped up 4 times. Otherwise, it would be about an hour's worth of driving, which is typically what I've been doing for each of these episodes. So, yes, that means I am 38 hours into this. And I don't know if you caught it earlier or if it hasn't happened yet, but my on the nav ball there, it switched over to target, which means I'm getting closer to my target, which is the scouting aircraft that I flew down here to see the most viable path to get onto the ice sheet. So I am very close, which means I'm probably going to make it onto the ice sheet, and this series may be concluded in the next 1 or 2 episodes, which is very exciting. And mostly exciting because I'm really just about done with this driving. But that's okay. It looks like I'm getting so much closer, and so 26 kilometers away now from that scouting aircraft. Now you can see the distance in that square, so we can watch that tick down, and I think I'm just going to continue the drive, maybe a little past my normal 1 hour, because I'm pretty sure I can make it there. The only thing that will hinder that is I am really running out of power. Also, I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. I'm a little congested today, which I'm very glad it is today because I had to sing last night, and that would have been not good. But now my body has decided, since I'm off work and I don't have any singing to do today, that it can be congested. So, thanks for that, because that's what we all need. We're already down to 17 kilometers, less than 17 kilometers now. I think those mountains now actually extend onto the ice sheet, so here soon we may actually even be able to see the ice sheet. Whoa, there's the water. Yeah, well, yeah, I need to go around this way, because heading straight for that scout plane almost drove me into the water there, which would have really been bad. So this rover has it started out all the way back at the KSC, and I drove it first for 100 not 100, what was it, 60 subscriber special to get us to the North Pole. And then I said, if we get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year, I will drive that rover to the South Pole. And we achieved that goal, so this is why I've been doing this for 38 episodes. So yeah. And I almost wrecked it into a little pond, which I probably wouldn't have been able to get out of, especially since the batteries are dying, and I'm not going to be able to get all the way up this hill without stopping and letting it recharge a little bit. So now I might have to do the go up the hill, coast down, recharge, go up the hill, coast down, recharge. But that's okay. Oh, and I'm going to have to stop here because I'm completely out of battery. So this is the exciting part of sitting and waiting for the batteries to recharge. Go a little bit. So if I can get up to the top of the hill and coast down, I'll be okay. So this little bit's tricky. And then once I can get past all this, there is a path I scouted out to get onto the ice sheet. And I'm going to have to find that. Will take just a minute. Alright, now we can coast down this hill for a little bit and head over to where the snow is. And from there, all I got to do is find the path down to the ice sheet and then drive out to where the aircraft is. Once I'm on flat land, I believe the rover can make about 20 meters per second, even, and that's just relying on the RTGs that are built into it. Alright, so I'm on the snow, and just a little bit over this way is where the aircraft is, and the path down onto the ice sheet. Alright. Well, this is actually very exciting because this means I am, at this point, it's just flat driving. Now, it doesn't mean that I can't still mess this up, because it's entirely possible to wreck even on flat driving, which, if I get going too fast and start making drastic turns, I can still flip the rover over. So as long as I'm careful, I think I'll be fine. Except with flat driving, I have to use more batteries than just driving on hilly terrain, because there is no real coasting. I mean, there is, but not enough to let the batteries recharge. But here we are, just a little bit out from the aircraft, and yeah, we have made it. So I'm going to go ahead and stop here, and hopefully in 1 or 2 episodes we will have made it to the South Pole. If you watched all the way through all of these, then thank you, and I will see you next time. Like, subscribe, and have a happy Thanksgiving.